Ever get that feeling like the life you're living? It's just the calm before the storm,
Yeah.
you know?
Oh, absolutely.
Today, we're diving into a story, and it's about a guy, Nick, whose world gets completely flipped upside down. We're talking hidden GPS trackers, an affair where, like, everyone's betraying everyone, and a plot twist you can be like, whoa, didn't see that coming.
Yeah, this one really makes you think about trust and betrayal. Like, what do those words even mean, you know?
Right. And how well, seriously, how well do we really know anyone, even the people closest to us? So picture this, okay? Nick, he's in his early 40s, happily married, or so he thinks, to Jessica.
20 plus years.
Wow, over 2 decades.
Yeah. They've got the whole, like, picture-perfect family thing going on. 3 kids.
The whole shebang.
One's off at college, but still. Life seems pretty good from the outside, right?
Definitely. Seems like he's got it all figured out.
He's got his buddies, Adam, Greg, Tim. They go on these regular fishing trips. Even the conversations are, like, typical guy talk. Marriage, relationships. You know how it is. Just average, everyday life stuff. Or so it seems.
Exactly. And that's where this story takes this crazy turn. So they're on one of these fishing trips, right? And Tim, he just drops his bomb. He's seen Jessica's car at the Golden Crest Hotel. And not just once.
Uh-oh.
And it's not like Tim's some creepy spocker dude, you know? He delivers supplies to hotels for a living, so he's, like, genuinely thrown off by it.
That's wild.
Right. So now Nick's like, wait, what? Total disbelief at first, you know, trying to rationalize it. But deep down, that seed of doubt planted.
That seed, once it's there.
It festers, right.
Totally.
So he goes back home, but he can't shake this feeling that something's off. Like, majorly off.
That gut feeling, you know?
The worst.
Right.
The absolute worst.
So he starts doing his own little investigation. Orders GPS trackers online, audio recorders, the works. You can just, like, feel the anxiety ratcheting up with every passing day.
He's going full detective mode.
Oh, full on. And guess what? He ends up following the GPS right to the Golden Crest.
Nope. But it gets worse. He befriends the receptionist there, Anna. Even gets David Carter's hotel records.
Yeah.
Talk about, like, needing proof.
Wow. He's not messing around. Who's David Carter, though?
Oh, I'm getting there. Just wait. So, picture this. Nick sees Jessica leaving the hotel, and guess who's following her out? David Carter. It's like it's something out of a bad movie, right?
Brutal.
What would you even do in that situation?
Honestly, I don't even know. Probably lose it.
Right.
Yeah, total meltdown.
But Nick, he does something totally unexpected. He reaches out to Rachel, David's wife.
Whoa. Okay, hold on. So instead of a big, messy confrontation, he goes to
The other betrayed spouse.
the other betrayed spouse. Wow.
And he's smart about it. Burner account.
Yeah.
You know, temporary anonymous email. Sends it to her work email. And he makes it clear, like, hey, I'm not trying to create more drama. We need to know the truth.
That takes guts.
Seriously. And Rachel, she could have just ignored it. But she responds.
She's got to know something's up.
Oh, yeah, she knows. They meet up, and here's where their individual pain, it morphs into this unlikely alliance.
Wow. The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Kind of, right? They decide they're going to play this smart, gather evidence, come up with a plan, forget the tears and tissues. They're tuning their anger into, like, action.
I kind of love it.
Right. And they even use, get this, work conferences as cover to both be in Vegas at the same time.
Hold on, separately, right?
Well, at least at first, this is getting good.
It's like they're living a double life.
Totally. The whole thing is like something out of a spy movie.
Yeah.
So we've got Nick and Rachel in Vegas,
Yeah.
right? City built on risk, baby. And they're both playing this high-stakes game, but for totally different reasons.
Right. Talk about a pressure cooker.
Seriously. Nick, he's got his business trip facade going on, but he's getting updates from his lawyer, Henry.
Who's back home gathering intel from a private investigator.
Exactly. Building that divorce case, brick by brick. And it's not just about the divorce, you know. It's about exposing the truth.
Totally. It's about taking back control.
And Rachel, man, she's on her own roller coaster.
Hmm.
She actually tells Nick that at first, the thought of, like, even being with him, it was all about revenge.
Can you blame her?
No way.
Yeah.
But then something changes, doesn't it?
It does. It becomes about something more.
It's not just the shared hurt anymore. They're connecting, you know, finding comfort in each other's vulnerability. And that night in Vegas, after Rachel finds out David's with Jessica, guess where she ends up?
Nick's hotel room.
Bingo. But here's the thing. They don't just, I don't know.
Jump into bed.
Yeah, they talk. They actually, like, process their emotions, offer each other support. It's only later, after a drive to Lake Mead, they've gotten all their anger and sadness out, that they take that next step.
Which is a big one.
Huge. They decide to be together. For real. They even talk about getting married.
Whoa, that escalated quickly.
Right. But when you think about what they've been through, it's like, I don't know, does it make sense?
In a weird way, yeah. They've been through this crazy shared trauma. Their trust has been shattered.
So clinging to each other.
That makes sense.
It's their way of reclaiming their lives, right?
Absolutely.
But here's the thing. They're not running away either. They drive back to Rachel's house where Jessica and David are.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. And they confront them together.
Talk about a showdown.
Seriously.
Yeah.
And the way they handle it, it's like, remember all that pent-up anger, the planning? Gone.
Really?
It's like they're calm, collected, they lay it all out, the evidence, everything.
Wow. So they're not messing around.
Nope. David and Jessica, they're totally blindsided. They try to come up with excuses, but it's useless. And Mick, he's not even yelling.
No.
He just tells David to pack his stuff and get out. He gives him like 5 minutes. It's cold, it's calculated, and it's like you can hear the heartbreak in his voice.
He's done.
So done. He tells Jessica to talk to his lawyer, changes the locks after she leaves.
He's taking his life back.
Exactly. But here's the thing about this whole story. It's not just about the affair. It's about what happens after.
The aftermath.
Exactly. Rebuilding your life after something like that. And that's where things get really interesting. So they're starting over, trying to figure out this whole new life, and they find comfort in each other, you know?
They're bonded by this shared experience, this betrayal.
Totally. But it's not easy. They have to tell their kids.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
How do you even begin to explain something like that?
Right. And their kids, they have all sorts of reactions. Anger, confusion, you name it. It's rough.
It really shows how infidelity, it's not just about the couple, you know.
It's like this ripple effect.
Exactly.
And the kids, they're right there in the middle of it.
It's heartbreaking.
Totally. But Mick and Rachel, they're trying to make it work, right? And they decided to do something kind of cool. Remember those camping trips Nick used to take with his buddies?
Yeah, every year?
Yep. They decided to keep the tradition going.
Yeah.
But this time, it's Nick, Rachel, and all their kids.
Wow. That's a powerful image.
Right. Like, they're literally rebuilding their family from the ground up, out in nature. Fresh start.
I love that.
Me too. And it's not always perfect, you know. There's tension, there's still hurt feelings, but they don't give up.
They're committed to making it work.
And eventually, they finalize their divorces. Rachel sells her house, and they all move in together. Officially.
Like they actually made it.
They did. But just when you think things are calming down, the story takes another crazy turn.
What? No way. What happens?
Remember David?
Jessica's ex.
Yeah. They find out he's been sentenced to prison.
Whoa. Seriously.
Seriously. And not just for the affair.
There's more.
Oh, yeah. Turns out there was other stuff going on. Financial fraud, I think. It all comes out during the divorce proceedings.
Wow. So all this time, he was living a double life.
Totally. And Jessica, she disappears.
Disappears.
Like, gone. Vanished. Takes money from her credit card and poof. No explanation.
That's eerie.
Isn't it? So you've got David facing the consequences of his actions.
And Jessica running from her problems.
Exactly. And then you've got Nick and Rachel choosing honesty, forgiveness, and they built a new life together.
It's crazy, right?
It really makes you think.
Right. Like we all make choices. And sometimes life throws you a curveball. But it's how you handle it, you know? That's what matters. Their story, it reminds us that even when things fall apart, even when we're hurting, we can still choose hope. We can choose to rebuild. What resonated with you most in this story? What would you have done differently? Keep those questions in mind as you continue your own deep dive.